In this video, we will see how to get input from the user and output it to the console. Let us first discuss why we need to get input from the user. For example, we have two variables here, name equal to Python and city contains code. Let's change the code to coding world. And I am simply printing the two variables. In the print statement, I type hello, my name is name, and in the second print, hello and I am from, let's use the city variable. So if you save this and run it now, as you can see, it displays hello, my name is Python and I am from coding world. No matter how many times you run the program, you will get the same output. If you want to use different values, then you will have to manually edit the program. So for example, instead of Python, if I want Java, I will have to manually edit the program. So if you save this and rerun it now, as you can see, displays my name is Java. But if you run it again, you will get the same output, Java. So each time if you want to change the values, you will have to manually edit the variable's value. This is time consuming. So to handle this, we have a built-in function called input function. Input function allows us to get input from the user. For example, name equal to input. Inside the input function, I will write a prompt. Enter your name. This prompt will appear before the cursor in the output. So let's save this file and run it now. As you can see, it asks for our input. For the name, I will write Java. So let's press enter. As you can see, it displays hello, my name is Java. So let's close this and rerun the program now. This time I will give C. As you can see, now the output is different each time you run it because it changes the value in runtime. This is the benefit of using the input function. Let's also get the city name from the user. So input of enter your city. So let's save this file and rerun it now. For the name I will write Python and for the city I will write program world. As you can see, now the city name is different. This is the advantage of using the input function. In the earlier version of Python, you will use the raw input instead of simply using input. But in the later version, the raw input is get renamed to the simply input. You will use the input in the latest version. Now let us see another example to take height and width from the user. So height equal to input of enter your width. And for the height, let's do the same, input of enter your height. So to calculate the area of a rectangle, we will use the formula height multiplied by width. So we will use the asterisk for multiplication in Python. So let's print the area. The area of the rectangle is, let's print the area variable. So let's save this file and run it now. For the width, I will write 70 and for the height, I will give 80. So if you press enter now, as you can see, you will get type error. The message is you can't multiply a non-integer value to a string. That means you cannot multiply a value to a string. By default, the input function will only allow the string value. If you want to get the integer value from the user, you will have to typecast it. Typecasting means you will have to change the data type explicitly. For this, we will use the built-in int function. Just wrap the input function with the int function. Let's also do the same for the height also. So let's wrap the int. So let's save this file and run it now. For the width I will give 78 and for the height I will give 90. If you press enter now, as you can see, you will get the area of the rectangle. By default, the input function only take string value. If you want to get integer from the user, you will have to typecast it. You can typecast to an integer or float. For example, if you want to get a float value from the user, you can change this int function to float function. Let's also do for the second one also, float. So let's save this file and run it now. For the width I will write 78.7 and for the height I will give 67.5. If you press enter now, as you can see, the output is in float number. This is how you use a input function to get a integer value or float value. So a key point to note here is that by default the input function will only take the string value. If you want an integer value or float value from the user, you will have to manually typecast it. So this is all about the input function. In the next video we will see the if-else statement in Python.